Hello, Squirrel Tribe. So I just want to give you guys a heads up that Donald Trump has promised to do something, if elected, that I think the majority of sane people will 100% be on board with, especially after what has just happened in the Olympics in the boxing area, which we will get into in just a moment. But I want you to know what Donald Trump has just said. He says he will ban biological males from competing in women's sports. This is a post on X from Elon Musk. He reposted it from, you guys can see right there. He will ban biological males from competing in women's sports. And do you want to know why this is a big deal? Because let me explain to you what has happened. In the Olympics right now in Paris, in 2024 Olympics, we have a biological male who just beat the shit out of a woman to win in the women's boxing division. I made a video about it yesterday. This is going to tie into two different things. We've been talking about how the Olympics have been going through and pulling any media that has been put up showing the opening ceremony. YouTube took down my entire video where I showed the atrociousness of the opening ceremony, where they mocked the Last Supper, where they had men in drag and beards twerking on a stage, all kinds of just disgusting depravity. Depravity? Yeah, that sounds right. And the Olympics did not like it. They took down their own video off of their own YouTube channel, and they went through and took down anybody else's video that had even a smidge of it. They didn't copyright it. They didn't say we're going to take all the money from it. They didn't do any of that. They had the entire videos removed because they do not want there to be any physical evidence of the things that are going on. Here's the thing. I thought it was the Olympics that was doing it, which the first one it was. I put up a video yesterday where I showed you, where I held up my iPad and I showed you the video proof of the Olympics allowing a man to compete against a woman in women's boxing and beating her ass. All right. I showed you the video of it. My video was up for a few hours when suddenly, and if you check the community section of my page or my channel, whatever it's called, I put up the post where YouTube said there was copyright issues and deemed my video ineligible for viewing, and they completely took it off my channel. They didn't erase it, they left it there, but they made it so it couldn't be seen by anybody. I had to go through and personally take out the section where I showed what happened at the Olympics. And I thought this was the Olympics coming after me because I posted some of what happened at the Olympics. And you would think to yourself, this is a huge international sporting event. Anybody should be able to show what's going on, right? So I thought the Olympics came through and took it down or had issues with it because of that. No, it turns out the United States themselves had an issue with it because the Officer Tatum had the exact same video of the male boxer beating the woman in a ring in the name of sport, right? On this international stage. He had the exact same video, but his was a video from a channel in Mexico. The United States can't touch that, I'm assuming, because his video is still up. His video did not have to be altered. His video did not get flagged. He did not get slapped by YouTube for an issue, which to me says exactly what I've been saying. Here in the good old US of A, they want to hide the truth of what is going on. I will put a link to yesterday's video at the end of this video, and you will see exactly where my talking makes no sense because I had to cut out 37 seconds of the video. The fight in the Olympics lasted 46 seconds between, this is the information I want to give you because I didn't say the person's name yesterday. These are the people. This is the man that was beating the woman's butt in the ring. This is the man in red. You guys can clearly see that is a man. I've seen some ugly, ugly females in my life. I've seen some very masculine females in my life. That is not a female. That is a man. ESPN keeps referring to this person as her. AP, Associated Press, is referring to this as her. This is a man. This is Imani Khalif of Algeria won her, let's be honest, won his opening Olympic bout, boxing bout on Thursday when opponent Angela Carini of Italy quit after just 46 seconds because she said after the second punch to her face, she could feel that her nose was broken, and it was not like anything else she'd ever felt before. No female she has ever gone up against has been able to hit her that way. There's clearly a male hitting her. This woman is not new to boxing to make it all the way to the Olympics, right? She's been in numerous fights in order for this to happen. She's been hit in the face numerous times by women in order for this to happen and her know the difference between a man hitting her and a woman hitting her. And here we are, we have the Olympics basically parading domestic violence, because that's kind of what it comes down to. It's not really domestic violence, it's man against woman, but you know what I mean. That's how people view it. Man hitting woman, domestic violence, right? Khalif was disqualified. This is the man parading himself around as a woman. Khalif was disqualified from the 2023 World Championships after failing a gender eligibility test. And his presence at the Paris Olympics has become a divisive issue. The girl, the only female in that ring, had to quit. Angela Carini had to quit. After she's worked her entire life to get to this point, she had to quit and walk away from her dream because they let a man in there to beat her up. And that is a massive issue. Now, let me get back to where I was. Please hold. For Donald Trump to come out now and say that he will ban it is absolutely amazing. For my video to be hit and taken down basically for showing that lets you know just how much media and the left knows that this shit is wrong, but they want to pretend that it's okay, but they don't want you to have physical proof of what's happening. They just want to like gaslight everything and gloss over everything, which is why the Officer Tatum, his video, because it's not a piece of the fight that he pulled from a US run backed whatever news outlet, he could keep his up. So this wasn't against YouTube violations. That's also what I want to point out. My video yesterday was not against any YouTube violation. It was against the fact that in the United States, the people who run the media of the United States, NBC specifically, because that's who mine came from, do not want people to see exactly what is happening. You are not allowed to reuse their content because they don't want you to see. If I had used anything else, it would have been perfectly fine. But because it was from the Olympics, number one, and because it was a man parading himself around as a woman, beating the ass of an actual female in a boxing ring, they did not want that up. Which is just beyond, I don't even know the right word. I would say disgusting, but it's like, here we are, the United States of America, with a constitution that gives you the freedom of speech. You're supposed to be able to talk about things and show things and whatever else within certain confines, obviously. I did not show anything that should not have been seen. It was on an international stage. It's been shown across the world. And you're telling me that my 36, 37 seconds of it couldn't be shown? No, because they want to take away the things that give proof to this backwards, messed up, divisive bullshit that the left is on. Allowing a man who tested positive for being a man could not pass being a female test. Like, chromosomes don't lie, all right? Could not pass it, and yet still they allowed this person into the ring with this woman to show the world that it's okay for a man to beat a woman. And Donald Trump came out afterwards and said he will ban biological males from competing in women's sports. Thank you, Donald Trump. Thank you for giving girls the ability to still continue on in sports. I saw a video of, I think her name is Katie Ledecky. She's the swimmer. I'm pretty sure it's Katie Ledecky. If I'm wrong, I'm so sorry. It's not out of disrespect. I just can't remember names sometimes. Pretty sure it's Katie Ledecky. She got done winning in her race, her division in swimming. And there's a little girl in the stands wearing a, United States, a USA shirt. She's maybe 10 or 11, this girl, and Ledecky waves to her, and this little girl is jumping up and down, so incredibly excited. And my very first thought was, I feel so bad for this little girl. Now, this is before I saw what Donald Trump had said. I said, I feel so bad for this little girl, because here she is thinking that she's going to be able to grow up and be the next Ledecky, Katie Ledecky, I hope that's her name, and, compete in the Olympics and win. Maybe not realizing that just a short time ago, we had Leah Thompson, the man pretending to be a woman, winning medals over Riley Gaines, who literally should have won them because she's the only female in that race that won, but they gave it to a man. They have taken him back, which is great. But if you continue to let these men jump into these women's sports, there's going to be less little girls who want to jump into sports, because what's the fucking point if by the time you get old enough to compete at a collegiate level or even a high school level, and now even middle school, honestly, and heaven forbid you want to go to the Olympics, if they're letting men jump into all of these things because they can't beat males, so they have to go out and try to beat women by pretending that they are a female by wearing lipstick and a ponytail, or stuffing a bra or tucking a dick, that's going to make it so little girls are not going to want to do anything, because there's no point in working your ass off to become the best, the absolute best that you can be in a sport, to try to go as far as you can, when you get to the very top, like Angela Carini, God, I hope I didn't mess that up. Angela Carini gets there, and is beat by a man in a place a man should never be. So whether I was going to vote for Donald Trump or not, if this is literally something that he will do, he would have my vote all day long. All day long. Yes, there's way more topics and issues and things that need to be discussed and that are important, and when it comes to placing your vote, obviously. But this right here, to me, is absolutely one of the most important things as the mother of a daughter, right? And the people who are not going to vote for him because of this, there's something seriously mentally wrong with them, that they want men in areas where girls are to compete against them as females that they're not, and to physically harm them as the males that they are. Like, none of that makes sense. Now listen, I have said from the very, very beginning, this whole left push on, you know, you should be lesbian, gay, bisexual, transsexual, transvestite, all these other things. I have said from the beginning, it's all a money marketing thing. Pride flags, Pride Month, Pride this, Pride that, and trans this, and everything else. It's all about them raking in the money. There's so many things that are aimed and geared at people going out and spending their hard-earned cash to buy a rainbow flag, to go out and buy a ally t-shirt, or to go do all this other stuff. It's not because they actually give two shits if you are LGBTQIA+, whatever all those other extra little things are. It's because they make money off of you. It's because they make money off of you. Juneteenth should be a good thing, but it's been turned into a way to make money off black people, right? 4th of July is a way to make money. Christmas, a way to make money. Thanksgiving, way to make money. They have turned everything possible into marketing ways to make money. And the LGBTQIA is the newest one that they are like just blasting out like glitter from a unicorn ass in order to make money. Breaking news. The chief executive of the leading LGBTQ nonprofit GLAAD, G-L-A-A-D, flew first class, rented a Cape Cod house, and remodeled her home office, all on the organization's dime. The spending violates IRS rules. So all that money that people are going out and throwing at all these parades and rallies and whatever else is for this LGBTQIA+ stuff, because they think they're being part of something, or their community, or their whatever. No, you're just a means to an end for these people to shove your dollar bills in their back pocket and go spend it wherever they want to spend it. Everybody is being played some way or another by some side. I mean, in all honesty, it's always going to be that way. We're all being played in some way, shape, or form, but it's the left right now that is playing the most despicable game, in my personal opinion, by trying to divide men and women from being men and women, trying to break up, you know, households, trying to turn children against their parents, trying to turn children against other children, trying to turn children against themselves because they're so confused on who they are, what they are, all these other things. Everything is like such a massive shit show right now. It is absolutely ridiculous. And so, like I said, when I see Donald Trump come out and say that he will ban biological males from competing in women's sports, sir, you have my vote. You have my vote all day long, because that in and of itself says a lot to me. Men in women's areas do not belong. And people want to say, oh, well, you know, you push for equal pay and blah, 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 blah. Listen, you dipshit. That is not the same at all. Equal pay for equal work is not the same as, I think men should be allowed to pretend they're women so that they can compete with women. Explain to me how that makes sense. That's apples versus tacos. Like, you're not even in the same vicinity of fruits. Like, it's not at all the same thing. This is one of those subjects where I will get really effing heated and my adult language comes out, and it is what it is. If you can't stand adult language, you're on the wrong channel to begin with. But this is something that I don't see fixing itself ever if we continue on with the same party that has started this shit show. And people don't want to talk politics. People don't want to talk about things like this, but these are the things that matter. You have to talk politics, because politics is what is destroying our country. Politics is what is destroying our children. Politics is now what is destroying the Olympics. Like, seriously, step back and think about it. If politics would keep their nose out of shit, we would not be where we are. Boys wouldn't be convinced that they're little girls. Little girls wouldn't be convinced that they're boys. The Olympics would still be about the actual best female in a female category, the actual best male in a male category, and not this other crap that we have going on. I want to say that I can't wait for November 5th to get here, but that doesn't stop it. Every single day is politics. No matter how you want to say it's not, most of you, I know, agree with me 100%. This is for the stragglers who somehow showed up or YouTube pushed me to the wrong people. But politics is an everyday thing. Politics, it pushes everything from the cost of your gas to the cost of your food, the cost of your home, the cost of your kid's school, the cost of the air that's on in your apartment or your house when it's hot as balls out versus the AC, the heater when it's cold out. Literally, politics has everything to do with everything because everything has to do with money. And politics and money, they've been in bed together since day one. So the politics of this LGBTQIA stuff is all about the money, right? And I want to say, I want them to be broke. I want their pockets to be empty. I want them to be begging for a penny and us to say, hell no. Boys and girls sports have no place. Biological males, just because you tuck it, you flip it, you whatever it, you're still a dude and you do not belong. Plain and simple. That's that. Look, I'm about to get another slap from YouTube. Worth it. I will always speak my mind and give two shits what anybody else thinks. And now I must go woosah because I have worked myself up into a tizzy. And my mother and mother-in-law will be here in just a few minutes. And I'd like to be smiley and happy when they're here and not pissy because I'm thinking about that man they let beat up that woman at the Olympics. So there's that. Squirrel Tribe, love y'all immensely. Hope you're having a fabulous, what is today? I don't know what today is. What is today? I know it's August 1st. Thursday. Today's Thursday. Oh gosh. Hello. Hope you're having a fabulous Thursday. And I will see you guys again either later today or tomorrow morning. Until then, I love you. Goodbye.